Good evening, welcome along, ladies and gentlemen. How the devil are we all? It's Wednesday night, which moving into the new season means it's quiz night. And we've got and honestly, we spoil you. We really spoil you because we've got another quiz, brand new, starting tonight. I can't explain it because I don't understand it. But we have a man who can, and he'll be joining us straight after this. This is Leicester Till I Die. Thanks for joining us.
It's time! Strap yourself in, because we're set up, switched on, and ready to go.
You are watching and listening to Chris and Leicester Till I Die TV on YouTube and your favourite podcasts. Your first choice for everything Leicester City. Tune in and join in now.
And now, here's your host.
Right, Chris.
Indeed. Hello, how are you? Ignore the live bit, but just allow me a bit of self-indulgence here. If you like your football and you like your music and you like a bit of news, it's the new, and I say new, we've only done 2 shows so far. That's how new it is. It's not even got skid marks on it yet. Leicester Till I Die Radio. I'm getting my heads are being shaken at me. You can find it on mixcloud.com/LTID radio, as it says there. Please go along, follow us. You don't have to download anything. You just got to join, and then you can listen to me without having to look at me, which is, well, see, how much better was that? Not having to look at me. It is the new quiz, second new quiz of the year, the pick and mix. Now, how can I best explain this quiz? I can't. It's as simple as that. For those of us that are old enough to remember the old Ted Rogers Dusty Bin and the 3, 2, 1, yeah, that looks like catchphrase compared to this. Craig is here and he will be explaining all straight after.
It's the Big Fat Football Quiz with Leicester Till I Die TV. So you think you know your football? Well, let's see.
Good evening, James. He says there, evening, Chris. Hit the likes and subscribe. Thank you very much, mate. Cheers. If you enjoy this, mate, put your name down. We'll get you on at a later show. LCFC Grey. I'm dreading Saturday. I tell you what, mate, I'm not even thinking about that until tomorrow. I am putting it to the back of my mind, and I'll be watching it from behind the sofa. Matter of opinion, Brad, this should be interesting. Good evening, Brad. How are you? I hope there is a shirt sponsor section just for Reece. Oh dear, I can't possibly show you what he's doing. And everybody's saying hello to everybody else. Dan's in. He's coming up not next week, the week after, I do believe, on this one. And everybody, I think everybody's saying hello to everybody else. This could take 40 minutes for us to understand. Yeah, and if there's an offside question in there, Brad, I bet you're going to be straight in there, aren't you? Just, they're all being so very, 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 very friendly. I'm still dying internally from my harrowing loss yesterday. I wasn't going to mention it, but it wasn't the worst. Like I say, talking about skids in your underwear, here is somebody that never, ever would think of going anywhere without clean underwear on. Good evening, Craig, the quintessential quiz master. How the devil are you?
I'm good, thanks, Chris. Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone, for joining us for this inaugural new quiz. And no one's got an idea of how this is going to go. So if anything can go wrong, it probably will, as it's the first one. So bear with us. And obviously, any feedback will be taken on board and ignored.
Exactly. And can I just say, ladies and gentlefolk, this is the man that came up with the quiz. So it's and Devils United, Maisie is in. Good evening, Maisie. How are you? And I'll tell you what, she's had some difficult quizzes, but this could well be up there. Let's get him in. Some people would call him a guinea pig. I would call him a contestant. I wouldn't probably go as far as a volunteer, but let's see. Hopefully, he's young. Hopefully, he can understand the rules. Good evening to you, Reece. How the devil are you? He's got himself on mute. That's a good start.
Yes, so I am. That's a new one. I've never done that before. I'm all right, thanks. I'll just repeat what I said.
I've never known a Scotsman I've never been a Scotsman I can't understand, but never one I couldn't hear.
You can't normally keep me quiet, but you have today.
This is it.
I was going to say I'm good, thanks, and got some representation on my sides of my chair, as you can tell. Coat hanging, but they're sitting there.
This is the equivalent of 8 out of 10 cats does countdown. Have you brought a mascot?
Yeah, I've brought a mascot. It's
show us what you have got there.
Yeah, freeway representation. Obviously, I'm right in the middle, taking it all.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got Everton on the left.
Wow, that's an insult. You bastard!
You've got Bournemouth on the right. What?
Excellent.
You go to hell.
Oh, I've only got my place booked.
There you go. The coat hanger's actually up now properly, so at least the badges are on screen. There we go. That's much better.
There we go. Well, we'll see how lucky you think they're going to feel. Before we start, and Craig's going to go through the rules with you in a second, just tell everybody where they can find you, young man.
You can find me on Devils Rising, whether it's Devils_Rising, but it's with a 1. It's also the same on YouTube, and you can find me on the weekly Steel Chair podcast as well every weekend. So all I'm going to say apart from that is thank you for having me, Chris. I really do appreciate it. And I like to be the inaugural, of course.
You did, and you've got a reputation to rebuild after last week's loss to Rob.
Lucky loss. Because if anything, at least I snuck the 4-pointer out of him.
Craig, have you ever heard of a lucky loss before?
No. Again, you're the inaugural contestant, and now you're making up your own phrases. So
I do things differently. If anything, it was fun, and at least I'm not going to complain about getting beat.
To be fair, that could become a catchphrase for this quiz.
I've thought of a few trying to read the rules.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, if you're ready to go, Reece, I'll hand over to Craig and he will explain the rules. I hope.
He will attempt to explain the rules.
There's no attempt about it at all. You came up with the format. Is this like Richard Osman sat there going like, how does pointless work?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
or Danny Osmond explaining pyramid.
Exactly.
But yes, I am ready to go.
Right.
I thought that was amazing with a man's voice.
Okay, so there's certain things, because it's the first one, in how we do it in the order of things, but I'll just run through the basic rules of this, Reece.
Yeah.
I have written them down just so I don't forget. So you've got 6 rounds plus a 10-point bonus round. So you can Get up to 10 points on that one. 3 rounds are on your own club under the headings of history and records, players, and 21st century.
Lovely.
Now, there's 5 questions per round. The difference on this quiz is you choose how many points you want to allocate to each subject. So you can, if you feel you're strong, you can allocate 4 points and then 3 points and 2 points per category. Once you've used 4 points on one of them, that's it. That's out of the game for those. So
yeah, I understand.
if you 5 points, all 5 correct on a 4-point round is going to get you 20. The same thing if you do it and get it wrong and you choose 2 points and get them all right, you're only going to get 10. So the choice of where you allocate your points is important on your final score.
Yeah, I'm going to be quite tactical.
Exactly. There's also 3 rounds on the following headings: Leicester City Football Club, general football, and then a specialist subject of your choice, which I was told was Celtic.
What? All right, who's
Sorry.
That's not a special. That's a specialist hate subject.
Was Champions League European Cup.
Yeah.
So again, exactly the same. You can allocate 4, 3, or 2 points per category, and it's up to you. And those points can only be used once. And at the end, there is a final question, and that is a number-based question. And if you get it spot on, you'll get 10 points. For every number away you are, the numbers will go down. So you can score 10 or nothing. So
is there just so I'm understanding, because we do a similar fun enough, I think we do a similar question quiz on Weekly Armchair when I do a quiz every podcast. Is it a limited number of guesses until it gets to 0 and then that's it?
No, you get one guess.
One guess.
Yeah. So if you get it spot on, you get 10 points. If you're 5 away, you get 5 points, etc. Down to you can be 9 away.
There's a margin.
Yeah, you can be 9 away and still get a point. Any further, you're getting nothing.
I gotcha. I've got it now. Yeah, that's definitely interesting. I'll be looking forward to that.
3 o'clock in the morning when we're still doing this, you've run out of guesses, Reece.
Now, again, because it's the first one, we can either do all of your Manchester United questions first, or we can do the others, or you can pick and mix, because it's a pick and mix quiz. You can pick and choose which categories you want to go for, Reece. And so now I'm going to hand it over to you. Let me know where you want to start.
I think because it's the first one, and I think really want to get a good fly, let's just go full on pick and mix. So let's just do a full on pick and choose. And I'll take just because I want to have just a fun start, I'll take any topic at random at first.
Here we go.
Are you ready? I'm saying, are you ready?
Okay, well, let's start with general football. You can choose 2, 3, or 4 points for these questions.
I'll go for 3 points, please.
3 points. That'll be...
Not accuse Craig of not being organised.
Exactly. So
absolutely not.
So that's your first one. General football for 3 points. Okay. Let me just make a note of that.
Notice how our quiz master, ladies and gentlemen, is so chilled that he's got the top button undone because he's so relaxed for this quiz.
Exactly. No Michael Barrymore tie or anything Michael Barrymore going on here.
That could go so many places.
It could be. So, 15 points available here, Reece. Let's get cracking. You'll love this first question. Scott Brown won 10 league titles with Celtic, but has now started his managerial career with which English League One club?
Wow, I didn't realise he moved to England. Sweet. At least he's out of my hair now. Or in his case, he's out of a bald spot. League One. I wonder if they're League One. I'll say Yeovil Town, but I'm not sure.
It's Fleetwood Town.
The wrong answer, I'm afraid.
I thought he was still. I thought he was still at Aberdeen. That's the funny thing.
Yeah.
I didn't realise he'd left the border.
Okay, question 2. Who was named as player of the tournament in the recent Women's Euros?
Is it Beth Mead?
It was, in fact, Beth Mead. Well done.
It's the right answer.
He's on the board. You are now
I got-
leading the quiz.
If I got that one wrong, England fans would be coming at me. Not that I would care.
Can I just say before we go any further, this is purely for you here, Reece.
Coming home, it's coming home, it's coming. Football's coming home, it's coming.
Sorry, you carry on.
It's a good job. I've got fast reactions in my young age.
Question number 3.
Yeah.
Only one member of the current Man City squad has a Champions League winners medal. Can you name them?
Let's see their Champions League squad. Manchester City, because they're totally irrelevant.
Only one member of the current Man City squad has a Champions League winners medal.
They've got such a horrible squad that I'm just horrible with riches. I'm just trying to remember who's in their team. That's the annoying thing. Mad thing is just trying to remember their squad because it's in my head. I'm just trying to remember like their team. That's the problem when you've got abundance of riches.
Yeah.
Like just remembering one squad's a nightmare.
The adjudicator is making his presence known.
We need an answer.
Just because I really can't remember. That's the annoying thing. I know I've got it wrong, but I just can't remember the top of my head. I'm just going to say Haaland, even though it's not Haaland.
The actual answer is Scott Carson.
It's the wrong answer, I'm afraid.
I did have it written down as to where he won it. He won it. He was on the bench, I think, for either Chelsea or Man Utd. It wasn't Man Utd. I think it may have been Chelsea. I'm not sure. Anyway, he has won a Champions League medal.
I think it might.
Out of that riches of, well, he might have been with you. I'm not sure. Did he play for you for a period?
Years ago, but I don't think because in terms of like our Champions League winning team, like in terms of on the bench, it was Kushak and there was, I think it was Ben Amos or like, but no, it was Ben Foster. Sorry, I think it was with Chelsea in 2020.
Yeah,
it must have been Chelsea.
I think it was. Yeah. So
out
of that riches of a squad, he's the only one. And long may it continue.
Absolutely.
Question 4. Can you now? I've got to précis this one because there was some football last night and I didn't check the results. So prior to last night, if any of these played, can you name any of the 3 still undefeated teams in the Football League?
The Football League.
Yes.
Okay.
So I did a Manchester City quiz last night, and 3 of the questions were actually wrong and taken off a Manchester City site.
So that's still.
I'm just going to check anyone who played last night. Okay.
So that's going to be the lower divisions then.
I'll give you a clue. They all played last night and they all won, so they are all still undefeated.
Yeah, I only watched the European games last night. I'm not 100% sure.
What's your interest in the Champions League this year?
Mine? Well, it's not Man United. Don't worry. It's Rangers and Milan. Obviously, that's my only one. I'm hoping they do a good job against Napoli, although Napoli are flying at the moment.
Yeah.
let's see. Just because it's definitely not the Premier League, so it could well. I don't know if it relates to the Championship, but it'll be the lower divisions. So I'll just say. I suppose it's just completely. Yes. I'll just say because I'm going to get them wrong anyway. Tranmere.
No, you only need to name one. You only need to name
I'll
one.
just. All right. Just because I really haven't got a clue, I'll just say Tranmere. But,
Is that a guess?
Yeah, genuine guess. Yeah, because I really don't know.
As guesses go, that was terrible because it's wrong.
It's the wrong answer, I'm afraid.
You had me going
He's
there.
done with it. And Brad accused me of being like this last night.
Yeah.
So
they are Ipswich
Ah.
and Portsmouth, who are both doing very well, and in League Two, Leyton Orient. Okay, and your final question in this round. Which team reached the 2013 League Cup final as a League Two club?
League Two.
I mean, it's pretty astonishing, to be honest. And
The
as
winner.
recent as 2013, a League Two club reached the League Cup final.
I know the winner. I'm pretty sure the winner was Loudrop's Swansea City. League Two at the time, club wise. Bradford City. It's my only guess I can really think of, but it's League Two because there's you know what playing in relegations are like.
Was that a guess?
I only remember the winner. I'm pretty sure it was Swansea City that did win it. I think.
As guesses go, that was a much better one because it was Bradford City. Well done.
It's the
They did
right
lose to Swansea.
answer.
They were beaten by Swansea 5-0.
Yeah, Loudrop's team. That's when Michu was actually considered a good player.
Yeah.
Just while Craig is topping up your scores there so far, I did do, as I said, the radio show earlier of 1976-77 footballing year. And in that year, Arsenal, in the opening game, lost to newly promoted Bristol City.
Wow.
You can never imagine Arsenal doing that again, can you? Losing on the opening day to a promoted team. Chance of it happening twice. Who would have thought?
Indeed.
Sorry, any Arsenal fans. I'm not.
At least you. As we'll get towards the end of the quiz, I just hope that you bring up a certain FA Cup final, but that's just a personal request.
We shall see. So that was your first round. General football, 3 points per question. You got 2 right, so 6 points.
It's all right.
Decent start. Well done. Okay,
Wise
what are you
to use
going
my
to go for
free.
next?
Wise to use my 3 points first.
Yeah. Where are you going? You've got your 3 Manchester United rounds, or you've got Leicester City, or your specialist subject.
I'll go into the.
We should point out to everybody there's no lifelines in this quiz either.
There's no lifelines, no.
None. I'll go for United now. Yeah.
Okay. And which category would you like?
I believe you said, was it history
and
records,
players, or 21st century?
21st century is an interesting one because we're still in it. At least I'm not dead yet.
Exactly.
I'll go for that actually. You know what? Let's just take a crack at it.
Yep.
I'll go for it.
And how many points?
Go for 2.
2 points. Okay. There we go. 21st century. 2 points. Okay. Question number 1. David Moyes took over from Sir Alex in 2013. Can you name either of the teams he faced in his first or his last league games?
First or last league games. Let's see who. So that was 13-14. Played. You said league games, so I have to rule out Wigan because obviously we beat them in the Community Shield.
Them were the days.
Yeah.
What, when they won?
Beating the mighty Wigan.
They beat City of all teams as well in the cup final.
No.
We didn't start with the season. We didn't start the season off pretty well.
Excellent graphics, Mr. Adjudicator.
I think so. I like to think so. You did say 6, didn't you?
I did.
Okay.
Just trying to remember who we started the season against. So that's something that you never do. Just because you said first or last games, it's a wise bet. I'll just say Newcastle. I can't remember who we started the season against. So I'll just go for Newcastle.
Okay. His first game was a 4-1 home victory against Swansea.
Mm-hmm.
And his last game was a 2-0 defeat away to Everton.
Yeah.
It's the wrong answer, I'm afraid.
It's been a while since I've watched that. I don't watch that season for good reasons.
I don't know.
Question
Better than
number
the
2.
current ones have been.
Finishing 7th in that manner, just no. No.
Question number 2. Sticking with Sir Alex. Who was the last player he signed for United in January 2013?
Well, he was busy with the next boss's daughter, so I'll never get this one wrong. Wilfred Zaha.
It was indeed. Instantly loaned back to Palace and never actually played under Sir Alex.
Sadly, I think he would. I think if Sir Alex had stuck around for another year, like if obviously he wanted Bale and he wanted Ronaldo back that summer, I think if he had still got Zaha, I think Zaha may have been a bit more mature than what he is now. He's more mature, but at the time,
yeah,
I felt sorry for him because I genuinely was excited by that sign at the time because he was doing amazing at Palace at the time.
He was, and that's 2 points on the board. Question number 3. Who was the first United player to score a league goal this season?
This season. Let's see. In terms of that, we went goalless for quite a while. No. Jadon Sancho?
It was Jadon Sancho in the 2-1 victory over Liverpool.
It's the right answer.
You lost the first game 2-1.
Yeah, own goal.
Goal. So,
and then we didn't score for the next. I think it was 4 games we played. It was 4 games played. We went goal. We didn't score for 3 games, and then Sancho scored with Bruno Fernandes pretending he was working as an airplane guy, that does the signalling because he was telling him where to shoot.
Excellent. Another 2 points on the board. Question 4. Manchester United won the 2017 Europa League, but which team finished above them in the group stage?
Let's see. I know the group. That's the thing. I'm just trying to remember the. I know the. I remember the 3 teams. Also, I remember one game in particular because obviously one player got a standing ovation, but I don't think it was them. I think it's wrong, but I'm going to go Fenerbahce. I can remember the group. I'm just trying to remember the order. But I know Fenerbahce in the group, and I think the other 2 teams, it was Rostov, and I can't remember if it was Feyenoord or Alkmaar, but I can't remember who finished top. So I'll just go just playing it safe. And obviously, I know Van Persie got a standing ovation when he came back to Old Trafford, so I'll just say Fenerbahce. I can't remember top of my head.
That's the correct answer, Fenerbahce. Well done. Another
it's
2
the
points.
right answer. Yay!
I'm just glad you didn't ask me the knockout rounds. I'd have to remember who we played, but luckily I remember all the teams we played in order, so that's okay.
Well, this is the thing with the first one. I never know whether I'm setting them too hard, too easy, or
Yeah.
just about right. So we'll see when we see your score at the end of the quiz.
Yeah, true.
Final one in this round. United won the 2004 FA Cup, beating Millwall 3-0. But who replaced Tim Howard in goal in the 84th minute?
Stab in the dark, just because he's the only other goalkeeper I can remember from the time being a 7-year-old child. I'll just say Roy Carroll. Stab in the dark.
It's an excellent stab in the dark. Well done.
It's the right answer. Yay!
Also, I just want to say, Roy Carroll, absolutely hilarious goal that he conceded. I think everybody knows which goal I'm talking about. But the man was amazing in the following year when we beat Arsenal at Highbury 4-2 as well. He was fantastic in goal that day.
Yeah, it's just one of those who, again, you stick around at a club but just don't get enough games. But,
yeah, but at least we got a better goalkeeper 2 years later.
No, I was going to say, I'm just going to play this for Brad, and he will know why.
Say what you see.
Remember that, Brad?
I think he'll be saying that when Adebayor pops up.
Well, shirt sponsor round next, isn't it?
I don't think so.
Well, this is the beauty of this quiz. So you got 4 right, giving you 18 points. Could have been 16, but it's 8 because you chose 2 points per question. Let's see. I hope that doesn't come back to get you.
I know. I thought the best thing to do is because you never know what the 21st century's like, because you could have asked me like random questions like what bizarre players were signed from like Asia or something. They'll know, like there's a bare few I can remember. So you've got to play that card safe because like they're so diverse in terms of transfers. Obviously, the success. Obviously, we had so much success from 2000 until obviously our last success in 2017, the Europa League. So I thought the best thing to do is just play that one safe and then see what else I can get and just go for it. I'm going to jump ahead because you said 2 points. So I'm going to take the Leicester ones next, and I'm going to go 3 points on Leicester.
How many points is Reece stood on at the moment? Sorry,
he's now on 14 points, 6 points and 8.
Decent
points. That's something the Leicester can only dream of, isn't it?
It is. So next, you're going Leicester, did you say?
I think is wise. Yeah.
Go how Leicester. Many points?
3 again. I believe you said 2 is ruled out now, so I have to go 3 or 4. So yeah, I'm going 3.
No, you can't. You can't go 3 because you went 3 on your general.
Oh, so I did. So that means I have to go.
So 2 or 4.
I'll go 2 then. 2.
I thought you might.
Yeah, I am not giving all 4 to Leicester. That's not happening.
2 points on Leicester questions.
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Play along at home, everyone, and you, Chris. Let's see how you do.
What's a point? Something you don't know what to do.
Right.
Sorry, Brad.
Question number 1. Leicester sold Kasper Schmeichel to which club in the transfer window that has just closed?
€1 million fee, I believe. I think it was a French club. Is it Nice?
It was Nice indeed. Well done.
I thought it was I don't know what you guys. I don't know what you guys think, but I thought like I know he is getting on a bit, but I think you should have kept him. In my opinion, I think you should have had 1 more year, but it's up to you. That's just what I was thinking.
I think that was more his choice than ours, to be honest. I think.
Or did he just decide he just wants to go?
I wanted him to go though, didn't I, Craig? In our pre-season show, the Snog, Marry, Avoid, the buy, whatever the one, buy, sell, loan. I actually said we should sell him. He was making too many mistakes for me.
Yeah, and I understand that. I just think because of his experience, but he's got a decent goalkeeper. You just need to get your defence solid again.
Yeah.
Well, everybody likes the show, mate, because they're all saying how nice it is. Look.
Excellent. That's good.
Remember your capitals, folks. It's a club.
Indeed. You tell them. And
sorry, I can't help it.
There might have been a bonus point if you'd have said OGC, but anyway. Question number 2, sticking with goalkeepers. Which goalkeeper did Leicester sign as one of only 2 new arrivals during the window?
You had to bring that up, didn't you?
Let's see.
I'm an impartial quizmaster, Chris.
I know this might sound like a dig at your questions because I can't remember the name, but can I, as a worker, can I say the club he signed them from? Because I really don't
You
know
can
his
say it
name.
won't get you anything.
I know he signed him from Cardiff. I know it's a Cardiff City goalkeeper. Like he said, because Nathan, that I know, obviously a mate of mine, he found that very bizarre. It's beginning with an S, I think. Boz. I can't remember his name. I just know it was the Cardiff keeper. I think it begins with an S. I just can't remember his name. I'll just pass on that one. I really can't remember.
It's a decent effort. It was Alex Smithies.
Yeah, I knew it began with an S. I just can't
It's the
remember
wrong
the name.
answer, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
He was a free
didn't know his
transfer.
name either.
He was a free transfer, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he was out of contract. Yeah, I think we just needed a third bench warmer to get rid of the other bench warmer who'd not played forever.
Yeah.
Your Pukovic has just signed for somebody.
Has he?
Yeah, and I'm not sure who it is, but it's as a reserve keeper, obviously. But
No, he knows. We've just re-signed him as fourth keeper.
that is true. Oh, we've been given breaking news. We've been given the go-ahead to expand the King Power Stadium.
I did see that, which is great news.
Oh, that's good for you guys. That's good.
Yeah.
So what's your capacity going to be? 35?
40.
I was thinking pence. 40,000, that's not too bad. That's not
Yeah.
too bad. So that's the same. At least Stamford Bridge will be your nearest competitors for size of stadiums. That'll be quite good.
Yeah, I think it's all part of the plan to try and, obviously, as we're seeing at the moment, increase revenues into the club. So
how long do you reckon that'll take? I know this is stepping away from the thing, but how long do you think that'll
I think they said a couple of years, maybe 18 months, because I think the idea is that they build it the same way I think Liverpool built theirs, that they build it around the existing infrastructure.
Well, she's playing. Yeah. That makes sense.
Cool. Okay, question number 3. Can you name the Leicester player who finished in the top 3 for assists in the Premier League last season with 10?
Stab in the dark, just because it just seems like a logical one, but if I get this one wrong, I'll be absolutely gutted. I'll just say James Maddison, because he was absolutely amazing for you guys last year.
He was indeed. Maddison got 8 assists. It was Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes got 10. Maddison got 8.
All right.
It's the wrong answer, I'm afraid.
Both of them are incredibly underrated. So it's just one of the choice. It's one of the two, really, that I just knew. I just wasn't sure who got more.
You're just waiting with no bated breath whatsoever for Southgate's ridiculous squad tomorrow.
I'm glad I don't have the same worry as you guys.
Well, yeah, Rashford will be in it because he played, and he plays for a big club.
So Sancho, actually, he's been called up apparently, which I find bizarre because he's not been playing great lately.
And we know Maddison won't. So there's even talk of Harvey Elliott being called up. I mean, come on.
Alex Smith is in with a chance, isn't he?
Well, now
I do think.
injured, so.
I do find that it's quite like Southgate clearly does prefer his favourite, so you have to pick a player from like Rashford. I understand, like even though he's had a slight injury, not like he has been at least informed, so that choice makes sense. But Sancho hasn't been particularly great lately. But like Maddison, he's brilliant for you guys. I think he's worthy of a call up. Barnes as well, but Harvey Elliott getting a call up. He must have Southgate's news.
Well, I'm gonna say we'll find out tomorrow. So
I'll tell you one thing though: if he doesn't include Fikayo Tomori, then that is really interesting because I think he's England's best centre back overall. Fikayo Tomori
over Maguire.
Yeah, by a mile.
Said with a hint of sarcasm. That was. Worth 80 million of anybody's money. Right. Question number 4. From which club did Leicester buy Yuri Tielemans in 2019?
AS Monaco.
Indeed, they did. 2 points. Well done. And finally, in this
It's
section...
the right answer! Yeah!
Which player has scored Leicester's first Premier League goal in 2 of the last 3 seasons?
Hmm.
You got this one, Chris?
I don't think I have.
I'll go for just because like your team's so spaced out for goals, it could virtually be anybody. But the funny joke is, I would have gone for a striker, but I don't. For some reason, I'm being dragged back to where I played as a kid. So I'm just going to say Yuri Tillemans. I don't know why I'm getting midfield in my head, but I don't think it was Vardy. I don't think it was Vardy.
Well, you are correct. It was not Vardy.
Oh!
You are brutal. You are brutal.
It was actually, he scored on his debut against West Brom in 2020, and then he scored the first goal this season against Brentford. Tell everyone, Chris.
Timothy Castagna.
It was Timothy Castagna.
I forgot you had him as a footballer.
Yeah.
I think Brendan has.
It's a shame because
Well,
he's a decent wing back.
He is decent. So that's 4 points from that round.
It's better than last time, I'm pretty sure, because I got really difficult questions last time about Leicester. I got asked like where James Justin was signed from and all that. I was like, I've got no fucking
You
clue.
actually asked for hard questions last time.
I didn't expect that question. But at least I played it safe. I mean, 2 points on Leicester. I thought I was definitely playing it safe this time.
Yeah. Well done.
Did he not ask for hard questions?
I don't remember what I asked for last time, but it doesn't matter. That was then. This is now.
This is that. That was then. This is now.
No one expects a Spanish Inquisition.
Very good.
Brilliant.
Okay, so you have 3 categories left. Reece, you have your specialist subjects of European Cup, Champions League, Manchester United history and records, and Manchester United players.
I'll go for United players.
United players. And you can go 3 or 4 points for United players.
3.
3 points on United players. Okay.
That 4 points is just sitting in the background like our trophy cabinet. Sorry, I mean, pretty much I have to say that because it's so bad. I don't count the pre-season trophy.
No,
that we won. No, I mean it was a. I mean, I did like the look of it. I mean, I thought it was cool to see the Century Cup, but it's not a trophy.
There'll be a silhouette of it on the sleeve of your shirt before long. Right. Okay. Question number 1. Players, Manchester United for 3 points. Let's ease you in gently, shall we? From which club did United sign Victor Lindelof in 2017 for a fee of 35 mil plus add-ons?
Benfica.
Correct. 3 points. Question number 2. The current record holder for the number of appearances for the club is Ryan Giggs with 963.
Mm-hmm.
Of the remaining 9 players in the top 10 appearances list, 2 are goalkeepers. Bill Fowkes with 688 is 4th on the list, but which other goalkeeper makes the top 10 in 7th place with 539 appearances?
Bill Fowkes, eh?
He was really good in front of defence as well as I believe in the days was it called? Was a half-back? No, that was left. That was left back. It was left back. I think because back then we had some amazing goalkeepers like beggars belief.
I remember him. Was he foreign?
No, not that. You nugget. I'm just trying to think because we've got so many.
Wasn't it? Foot? knee, what? Boat or some foot leg boat.
Yeah, foot leg
was it.
boat. That's him.
Foot leg
Yeah.
boat. Oh dear.
So just name the other goalkeeper. Sorry.
Yep.
That's what I have to do.
Seventh on the list of all-time appearances.
I'll go for. I think what year was he signed? Because there's so many options in here. 10 years. I'll go Ian Stepney. I'm thinking it's another goalkeeper. I'm going for Stepney because I know how many games he's played, but I don't know if our current number one is past him yet. That's why I went for Stepney.
Chris, are we allowing?
He's not his correct name.
Ian Stepney is his correct name. If you want to be specific.
Oh well, hang on 1 second. We will have to. I think we have to go to VAR, aren't we, on this one?
Oh, behave yourself.
What was his playing name, Reece?
Is not Ian Stepney? He's an old guy. He's he's way back long before my time.
So Chris can decide how many points you get. I think you should get some points for this. It's actually Alex.
The answer is incorrect.
Right.
I know who you're thinking of, but the answer's, it's like saying, calling you Anthony, So I'm sorry, it is the wrong answer.
Ooh,
that's fine. No, that's fine.
His name is Alex.
We have checked.
It's also I'm pretty sure it's also his middle name. That's why I went for his middle name.
Was Cyril.
Cyril, my ass. I knew it was. It was between him and the other one I had in my head was Harry Gregg.
That's why Chris is here. I remain impartial.
You hear me remain brutality.
I'm just going to copy and paste something here.
Wikipedia is your best friend, isn't it, my friend? Yeah.
Wow.
If only you just said Stepney was allowed, I would have been much happier with you. To be honest with you, had you gone and not been as cocky,
me cocky. Wasn't cocky.
But it was. I'm joking, you know. It was the wrong answer, I'm afraid.
I'll go with it. Yeah, it's
the wrong answer, I'm afraid.
Just because of his time, like he played so many games. Obviously, he took over from Harry Gregg, who was an absolute legend himself for not just for playing days, but for a life reason.
Yeah, Stepney was the one I grew up knowing as the Man United keeper. Yeah,
European Cup winner. Yeah.
Was Harry Gregg the guy that played with a broken neck?
That was Bert Troutman, I think.
Oh, was it? Right.
Yeah.
And Alex Stepney, he was he English? Did he play for England?
Overlooked at times, last time I recall.
Yeah.
He got overlooked a lot by...
He was English, no, he is. He was indeed English.
He was never looked upon as a great, was he? He was one of those who was...
He was just reliable.
Solid, reliable keeper, yeah.
Yeah, he only played one game for England.
Wow.
So that's... but after Man United, he went to Dallas Tornadoes.
Yeah. That was the thing back then, though, eh? Like players in the 70s, after they were done playing top flight football, they went to retire in the States.
Mm-hmm. Okay, question number 3. Let's get you back on track, Reece.
Dallas Tornadoes.
Both goal scorers in the infamous Champions League victory in 1999 were substitutes. Solskjaer replaced Andy Cole in the 81st minute, but who did Teddy Sheringham replace in the 67th minute?
I think because obviously the substitutions. Alex Ferguson was a psychopath for substitutions as well, and that's a compliment to the man because he is.
At least he
is. That's true. I don't think he took off an extra striker. I think he saved an extra striker. I'm going to say Jasper Blomqvist, but I can't.
It was Jesper Blomqvist. Well done.
I was because I knew because I'm pretty sure I think Dwight York played the full 90 because obviously he was our best. Although Andy Cole, no disrespect to the man, he was an absolute amazing striker. I think obviously that year he was the top goal scorer in England. Obviously he was our top goal scorer with 29 goals. I don't think Sir Alex Ferguson ever intended on taking off Dwight York, especially for the fact he cost big money as well. At the time, £12 million as well.
Okay, well done. Question number 4. Can you put these 3 United defenders in order of the number of appearances they made for the club according to the website Transfer Market, from lowest to highest?
Mm-hmm.
Steve Bruce, Nemanja Vidic, Wes Brown.
Let's see. Bruce. So the name says Bruce, Vidic, and Wes Brown. I'll go.
So lowest to highest.
I'll go Brown lowest. He was here. He was at the club for so long, but he was a substitute for quite a lot. In his first full season, he played pretty much every game. Was 07-08 season when we won the Champions League. He was the right back. It's just down to that. I'll go Brown, Bruce, Vidic. Just try to get the right. It's getting those two in order, but I think Brown was the lowest because obviously he didn't become a starter until 07-08. Shame really, because Wes Brown I thought was very underrated. I thought he could have actually got into the team a lot earlier than that. But testament to Gary Neville for being a constant professional, even though when he got injured, he was still called upon. So yeah, just to order again. Sorry, Bruce is my number 1, Vidic number 2, and Brown 3 in order.
Okay, so. Bruce made 293 appearances. Vidic made 300.
Mm-hmm.
Brown made 362.
I'm surprised Brown made that many.
So it's Bruce, Vidic, Brown. Was the order we were looking for.
Subs are a fun thing. That's the thing, because I remember him obviously growing up. Obviously he's just a sub guy, which is a shame because I always rated him. But he was a starter mostly.
I was surprised myself.
Yeah, I thought Bruce or Vidic would have made more than him personally because there were so much stalwarts.
Yeah. Okay, crazy. Final question in this round, Reece. Yeah. Can you name the United player who made a total of 76 appearances for the club between 1999 and 2006 from the list of clubs he played for? In order, excluding loans. They were Mallorca, Atletico Madrid B, Atletico Madrid, Manchester United, Bolton Wanderers, Brescia, AFC Tubize, Doncaster Rovers.
That's an interesting one. That's really stumped me. Atletico Madrid B and Atletico Madrid, fair play. But then you've got Brescia, so that's where you really catch you off guard. I do think just because it's Atletico Madrid and Atletico Madrid B, I'm thinking it's a goalkeeper, but that's the only thing. But That's really something, because that's well across the board. And I've never heard of that FCA club. I've never heard of them.
AFC Tbilisi.
I have never heard. What league are they from? I've never heard of them.
Belgium.
All right, Belgium.
I'd never heard of them either.
Okay. I've got no idea. No. I honestly have no idea. That's got me stumped. I do think, though, judging by like the clubs and obviously the longevity, said loans, I do think it is a goalkeeper, but that's just by process of elimination. I'm really, that's going to stump me. No, it's not going to stump me. It has stumped me. I'm not sure.
Well, as a quiz master, we always like a question like that.
Absolutely.
So the answer is Quentin Fortune.
Fortune. Yeah. I didn't realize he had played in. I didn't realize he had played in Spain.
Yeah, Atletico Madrid B, and then full team. Yeah, and then ended his career at Doncaster Rovers.
You missed your calling. If only you'd been around, like maybe 1939 to 45.
My only thing is, you said he scored in loans. I think if you had maybe said Fulham.
Yeah,
I reckon I might have got him, because I think he was on loan at Fulham.
Let me just make a note of this. Try to make the answer, the questions easier.
No. I'm just saying. Obviously, he said he scored in loans. But I think if he had mentioned loan deals, I think I may have. But even so, like that one,
that's
really
a broad range of clubs. That is. I didn't know if it was the going to Bolton that would have rung some bells. But,
have you noticed a thing developing here, Craig? Easier questions. Last time questions were too hard.
Wow.
More excuses than Alex Ferguson used to have.
Mm. Well, what can I say?
Wow. Wow.
I love you, really, Reece. You know that.
Well, I mean, there's no stopwatch here, so we can't play clock time.
I don't think that will never relate to me anyways. That's okay.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 in that section, giving you another 6 points.
And is that 4 rounds? Is it?
That's 4 rounds. 2 to go.
6 points. Okay.
Well, we're building up for a big finish, because Reece has got his 4-point rounds to come.
Mm-hmm.
So it's whether you go for history and records of a Man United or your specialist subject. What are you
specialist subject?
Yeah. Okay. Specialist subject. European Cup, Champions League. 4 points. Big 20 points on offer here. Reece could make all the difference. There we go. 4 points. Okay, question number 1 in this round. Who were the first team to win the European Cup other than Real Madrid, who won the first 5 tournaments?
I believe because they reached, it's a record for finals as well from a Portuguese club as well to reach a European Cup. I believe it was back-to-back Benfica.
It was indeed Benfica.
1961, they beat Barcelona.
They did beat Barcelona.
Because Barcelona were the first team to ever beat Real Madrid in the European Cup as well. They beat Real Madrid in the semi-finals.
They beat Barcelona 3-2 in the wonderfully named Wankdorf Stadium.
Which is a stadium I absolutely hate, because that's where Man United went to play Young Boys and we didn't even win that game.
I'm going to say, do you know who plays there?
Yeah.
Young Boys Wankdorf.
Most unfortunate.
Okay.
Most unfortunate.
Yeah. I know, because obviously that was the team that had famously Eusebio. They did beat Real Madrid as well, I'm pretty sure, in the European Cup. Was it? I think Real Madrid were 3 or 4-0 up at half time, 3 or 4-1, something like that. And then the second half, Bela Gutmann famously said in Portuguese, Real Madrid, dead, tired. That's it, it's done. We're going to win this. And obviously, Eusebio battered them in the second half. So I'm pretty sure back-to-back, it was Benfica versus Barcelona, as you've said, then Benfica versus Real Madrid, 1961, 1962.
Don't you wish that they were sponsored by Kleenex?
well, I think Real Madrid that night would have done, because Puskás and Di Stefano got absolutely royally ripped apart.
Okay, great start. 4 points. Question number 2. Which team has lost the most European Cup Champions League finals, tasting defeat in 7 of their 9 appearances?
Juventus.
Correct. Juventus. 2 victories coming against Liverpool in 85 and Ajax in 96. Chosen well. 8 points. Question 3. Barcelona were the last winners of the European Cup before it was rebranded as the Champions League. But which Italian team did they defeat 1-0 in the final?
Ronald Koeman free kick. It was Sampdoria.
It was indeed Sampdoria.
And I believe that final, correct me if I'm wrong, it was at the old Wembley?
I think it was indeed, yeah.
We beat them in the Cup Winners' Cup the year before in Rotterdam. It's funny how trophies can inspire a team.
The old Cup Winners' Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Going well here. Can you name the only team to have appeared in 3 European Cup Champions League finals without ever winning it?
They lost to Bayern Munich in 1974. They lost to Real Madrid twice. Atletico Madrid.
Indeed. Lost to Real in 2014 and 2016.
Both of them. Obviously, the first one was 4-1. When I think, personally, I watched that final. I mean, I wanted Real Madrid to win that because it'd been so long since they won it. Shut up, you. They obviously, Real Madrid were losing 1-0 until the 90-odd minute, and then Sergio Ramos scored what I thought was like the luckiest header of all time. And then they beat them 4-1 after extra time. Ronaldo scored the 4th and pulled his shirt off, even though he didn't really do anything until Gareth Bale got the goal. And obviously, and then they beat them. They beat them on penalties at 5. I think it was 5-3 or 5-4 in penalties in Porto. I think it was in Portugal. They beat them.
This shows everyone who's watching who's going to have a go at this. This shows you how important it is to choose your specialist subject wisely.
Yes, sir.
Well. So yes, this one for a clean sweep and 20 points. What was unique about Bayern Munich's victory in the European Cup final against Atletico Madrid in 1974?
It was, if I'm right in saying, they played each other over. It was over replays. There was no it was no penalty shootouts. It was just they went to a replay and they played each other, and then Bayern beat them again.
That is the correct answer. It's the only time, the only final that was won after a replay. Bayern defeated Atletico 4-0 2 days after they'd drawn the first one 1-1 after extra time.
And then they lost 5-0 to Mönchengladbach a couple of days later in the last game of the season.
Well, that's a huge round for you there, Reece. Well done. All of them. 20 points to
now thinking, what's my 90s cheesy pop music?
Exactly. Exactly.
Nice one. Well done, Reece.
I know my European Cup, sir.
You do well. That, like Craig said, you get the choice with your specialist subject. You pick it well, and you certainly did, sir. Well done.
You did.
Thank you so much.
So, last round on your Manchester United
how many
ones.
points has he got now? Sorry, I was that one.
Well, he got 20 there.
Hell.
So
Jesus.
I'll do the adding up at the end if you're adding up on the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so your final round, Manchester United, history and records, 4 points. Here we go. Question number 1. According to their official website, in what year did Newton Heath become Manchester United?
1902.
Correct, 1902. Ron
wasn't
Atkinson
it.
became United manager in 1981. Who did he replace in the managerial hot seat?
Oh, Chris is going to laugh because we were talking about him before we went live. Dave
We
Sexton.
were. The old trouser snake himself.
Dave Sexton.
Yeah. Chris, stop talking to the contestants before the quiz, please.
I know
what questions you were.
We were just talking about his documentary that he done after he got called out for racism, and we were just talking about that. And I was like, I personally believed after, because we spoke about the FA Cup final, we beat Liverpool in '77, ended the treble hopes they had, and I was like, I said personally, I wish that we had went for him there and then, but I didn't realise he was manager of Cambridge at the time, which I learnt from Chris. That was something I never knew.
Which I knew all about because I've got Wikipedia open next to me.
Excellent. Okay, question 3. Manchester United did the double in the 93-94 season, but who defeated them in the League Cup final to stop them completing a domestic treble?
Which I think the League Cup was heavy back then. Stab in the dark, I'm just going to say Chelsea, because we had a poor run up against them that year. I think they beat us more than anyone that season. I'll just go with Chelsea.
Yeah, you lost 3-1 to Aston Villa.
I like how you do that. Big Ron's Aston Villa.
Aye.
I knew we had
question 4.
poor luck against them, so I thought I would just go safe.
Yeah. Question. See, we won't be able to do that. Name a club who beats you a lot. It's a bit more difficult for us.
Oh, yeah.
Which United player holds the record for the most league goals in a season with 32?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
The answer is Dennis Viollet, who achieved the feat in the 1959-60 season.
I was thinking of Ronaldo break. I know it was Premier League record. 31, 32. Yeah, Violet.
Dennis Viollet.
I wish you said singles. I wish you just said all goals in a single season, because I know exactly where I would have went. I wasn't sure if Ronaldo had beaten Violet's record. That's the thing.
No.
I was less than that.
Question 5, last one in this round.
Yep.
What was the name of the ground where Manchester United played their home games prior to the move to their current ground of Old Trafford?
Can't remember top of my head. I'm just going to say, because I know we played there when Old Trafford got battered during the war, but I don't know if we played there previously. I know City used to, because it was their ground. I'm just going to stick with Main Road. I can't remember the name of the original stadium, which is just so long ago. Like, I'm never going to really remember it. I'll just stick with Main Road.
In various reports, it's given 2 names, street or lane, but it was Bank Street or Bank Lane where it was. So again, shows you the importance of the points. So 2 right, 8 points in that round.
8.
Whereas you got 8 points in your questions on 21st century, where you got 4 right. So shows you, but that's a decent effort.
Yeah. So what's that? What's that? 52 points.
Something like that. Let's say, well, we'll add it all up once we get your final bonus question, which you can add
forgot about that.
Another 10 points to your tally.
Drama here. I think we need some dramatic music.
And it's a numbers one. And the question is for a maximum of 10 points. According to the Premier League website, how many Premier League appearances has Fred made for Manchester United, including this season?
He's been here quite a while now. Been here 4 years. I don't think he's passed 100 yet. Just Premier League games, which is good. I'll say 87.
Luckily, I have all the different point options down, whether you're higher or lower, so I don't have to add it all up in my head. So 87 means that you add 0 to your score. He's made 110 Premier League appearances.
Wasn't sure if he'd hit over 100 yet. That's why I was thinking
110.
52. I'll take that though, because that's not what I had in my head.
That's very good. Very good. 102 would have got you 2 points, James. Brilliant. Well done, Reece. So as the guinea pig, how did you find it?
Fun, actually.
Volunteer, give him his correct time.
Yeah, volunteer, sorry.
Yeah.
He's both know full well. It's definitely that. I really enjoyed that. I mean, first of all, I didn't expect to go over, like, even though Chris knows I love a quiz, and obviously you do as well, Craig. I love a quiz. I'll be honest, I thought I'd get around 40.
Yeah.
Because I didn't expect the sort of questions I was going to get. But to get more than half, technically it is more than half. I'm all right with that. I mean, it's a good start. I mean, there'll be probably people come around and do better than that because they'll pick very elegant questions, like Doug will try to choose a championship winning team. But other than that, like genuinely good questions. I like the layout. I love the options, the choice as well. I thought it was good to give me the free balance as well. And I think the special subject will really help people as well, see how much they really know.
Exactly, because if they choose something that's quite tight, those questions are going to be hard.
Can we just say for everybody watching, and I know Doug's just come in the chat, good evening, Doug, that you cannot have your specialist subject as your own football team. Just before you did try that one, Doug, but I didn't let it slip through. I happened to notice that.
That would be, if you're going to go down that route, it would be something like, in the opening game of the season of your club, how many players put their left boot on first?
Yeah.
That's the level of question you're going to get if you want to go down that route.
I think, or you could say in your first game of the season, how dry was the pitch?
Whereas me,
out loud. What's sort of the maximum number of points it is possible to get?
I think it's 100.
Sorry,
I think it's 100.
Right. Well, I mean, got to be honest with you, Reece. I mean, obviously it's Man United. I don't know Man United, but I think that's not a bad starting point. And I think those that we've got lined up, which are James, who's obviously Everton fan, Dan, who's a Burnley fan, Doug, who's a Liverpool fan, and Brad, who's a Leicester fan, obviously. And he's just said this. I'm sorry, Craig, I'm going to drop the point scoring standard way down when I'm on. Get your specialist subject right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
just don't pick European football because you know nothing about it. which is a true thing about him, though. Which is true.
You could go, Brad. I'm just helping you out here. Amazon. What am I saying? Marvel or DC superheroes?
Could be anything. It could be clubs from the North Macedonian League.
Have you got 5 questions on that? How many clubs is there?
I'll find 5.
You will. If there's questions there, you will find them.
I'll provide some as well.
Excellent.
Well, that's the bar has been set at 52. And we will see how we go during the season. Look,
well done, Reece.
Gentlemen,
I expect to get
well done.
I expect to get beaten, but if anything, I'll tell you that's a good first step.
Very good. Again, particularly getting a full house on your specialist subject. And I'm gonna say it's interesting because it'd be interesting. I'll probably have a look back at this, and if you'd have got the points total right, how many you could have got overall, how much it would have boosted. It probably won't be far away, but I think that getting 4 out of 5 when you'd selected 2 points was the one where you lost some points. But
yeah, I think
that's the name of the game.
I should have went 3. I should have went 3, but said it last time I was on here. You never know what you're coming up against, so sometimes playing safe is the wisest option.
Yeah,
hindsight is a wonderful thing.
It is indeed,
especially when you throw Heinz beans in your eyes.
Absolutely. But I knew I was gonna, and I knew with the European Cup, like I know all the winners, like I know the results. Like I was banking on that. I was like, I knew I was going to get close to full, if not full, on that one because I pay so much attention to the history of it. So I just go for it.
Just to show I'm not the only person that tells really, really bad jokes. And in fairness, I've got to say, Doug, I've got to give you that one because I did raid your channel earlier with the jokes, and it's something we kind of enjoy doing. And I think yours are worse, to be honest.
I seen a bad joke the other day that actually is the opposite of the opposite of the moon. It was actually the sun. It was the question is, how does the sun look at you? And it says a solar stare. I was like, that makes no sense.
Wow,
that's not my joke, by the way. I saw that.
Talking of setting the bar.
Hang on.
That is.
Like I said, it wasn't my joke.
You're guilty by association for repeating it, Reece.
I'm trying to think what the joke was that.
Garlic bread?
No. Charlotte did it in one of the Women's Euros quizzes, and it was a fantastic joke. And if I'd got a prize for the best joke of the day, she would have won it. And I can't remember. It was something about Angela Merkel going on holiday to France, but I can't remember the punchline.
This is why you're not a stand-up.
Alsace-Lorraine.
That said, if you like your comics, you probably, I don't know whether you might know this guy or not. Certainly, if you're from the Liverpool area, you will. Coming up, we are going to be having a show with not only Elton Wellesby, who's a big Everton fan, and obviously voice of football on ITV in the 70s and 80s, but also a certain Mr. Stan Boardman will be coming on. We are starting this show at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Jesus.
That's the only time. And yes, we are starting with the Des O'Connor skit that got him banned off the telly.
So I remember I did a show with you, Chris, with Elton Wellesby on that was early evening, and I remember his comments off air. So that'll be interesting at 1 o'clock in the morning after he's had a few. Yeah,
maybe not that late, but it certainly will be. Has to be after the watershed, purely for the Stan Boardman German jokes, you know. But that is coming up hopefully next week during the international break. Reece, thank you so much for coming on. Well done, mate. Good start. Just tell everybody where they can find you. Your details are in the YouTube link below, but just give your channels a shout out.
Thanks for having me. It's Devil's Rising on Twitter and YouTube and the Weekly Armchair Sports Talk. Devil's Rising level 1. Thanks for having me, Chris. And Craig, great Christmas as usual.
More than welcome.
Thanks,
I put so much effort and work into that. I'm glad you appreciate it.
I always appreciate it.
Craig did it all. But all the best, mate. I think this was one of the questions. Has Rodgers been sacked yet? We don't know the answer to that one. Reece, all the best, mate. Take care, buddy, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.
See you later.
Cheers, Reece. Cheers, mate.
Thank you so much, Craig.
Oh, you're welcome. I thought that went okay, to be honest.
A lot of effort. Well, I know a lot of effort went into that because just trying to find enough questions that are correct on the internet for just one set of questions is bad enough. All that, mate, you must have been burning the midnight oil.
Well, I like to make it a decent quiz. That's the main thing, and and not as complicated as it probably first seemed when I explained it to you a few months ago.
I was sat there. I can say 3, 2, 1 came to mind. You maybe need to use white on your lighter blue paddles. That's all I will say, because the white doesn't really. Yeah, if you maybe put black on that one.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe I'll just leave them.
Maybe. Yeah, well, it's your quiz, sir. It's your quiz. Dan, the Burnley man. Great quiz. Looking forward to my stint. Go easy on me. I'm still sore.
I don't want to ask how or why you're sore.
No. Cheers, lads. Take care, James. Thank you very much. I've added you to the list to do it. 90s cheesy pop music. That's a specialist section and a half, isn't it?
The difficulty was finding enough people who made cheesy pop music when they were in their 90s.
Hey! Oh, God, sir. You have for that one. That was a great comeback, and I have to give you the highest honour that I can give a joke in this chat. That is the Maisie laugh. If you can stay online, when we've done the outro as well, we'll have a chat about it, and we'll have a talk. Thank you very much, Craig, as always. And we've got a double date tomorrow night.
We have indeed.
And
looking forward to it.
We're going to be talking about Leicester City going to Spurs. That's going to be a barrel of laughs, isn't it?
Isn't it just? How many will Kane get?
Yeah, exactly. I think we're in for a caning, aren't we? Anyway, thank you. I will speak to you in a second.
I gave that the silence it deserved, Chris.
Exactly. Thank you for all your hard work that you put into tonight.
Mate.
Great quiz. Thank
Cheers.
you.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thanks to Brad. Thanks to Brad. Thanks to Craig. He did put all the work in there. Jive Bunny. Oh, I love a bit of Jive Bunny. Yes. Reece, you are welcome. You are always welcome on the channel. Your football knowledge is second to none, allegedly, but it is second to Rob for the West Ham fan. Well done, mate. Thanks, everybody. Don't forget, go on to you have to take it here, mixcloud.com/LTID radio, and you can hear they've got a couple of shows up there, music included, on the 2015-16 and the 76-77 season, which was Jimmy Bloomfield's last in charge. Man United won the FA Cup, Liverpool won the league, and Wimbledon got voted into the 4th tier. That's how long ago it was. Thank you to everybody in the chat for joining in. I really do appreciate it, and it obviously, helps the chat go along and the quiz as well. And if you're listening to this on catch up on your favourite podcast platform, Leicester Till I Die is on all of them. If you're listening on smart speaker, or you want to, just ask your favourite smart speaker to say, play the podcast Leicester Till I Die, and they will find it. Good night. Take care. Don't really think I want to enjoy it. See you tomorrow night. Good night now.
That's all, folks.
Thanks for watching Leicester Till I Die. This is Chris saying goodbye, and see you next time.
This week's episode has come to an end, but the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like, share, and get involved. Join us next time.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
Leicester Till I Die TV. They think it's all over,